What's up guys, this is iTweaks here, and today I'm going to be showing you the top 10 free games for your iPhone, iPod, or iPad. Now I do most of my iOS gaming on my iPad, so that's what I'm going to be using for this video. So we're going to take a quick look at all of these games. I don't want to go into too much in depth because I don't want this to be a 45-minute video. So the first thing we're going to be looking into is Hero Academy. Now this is an awesome game. It's a turn-based strategy game, and each character has their own unique abilities as well as each team having their own unique abilities. Now you can start up to 20 to 40 games, I think. I think they upgraded it to 40. But you can see here, these are the 3 games that I have active that are my turn. So I can go ahead and play those right now. These are 3 games right here that I'm actually waiting for them to go. And these down here are actually the ones that are completely finished. So you can just tap on these games and it goes right in. It shows you the last player's move, and they have 5 total moves. So you just watch those 5 moves and then it's your turn to play. Now down here is actually where you have all of your items. So you can either drop a character on the board just like that, or you can upgrade your character just like that, as well as give them all kinds of cool upgrades. If you tap this little dial right here, it's going to go, everything's going to go back and your turn starts over. So it doesn't actually send the turn until you do all 5 turns. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll try to hurt this dude. Alright, so he's dead, so now I'm just going to submit that turn just like that. Now there's 6 different teams that you can choose from. The first team is the Council, which you actually get for free. The rest of the teams are 99 cents to $2. So just keep that in mind, that while the game is free and you can play for free, if you want some different teams, then there are some teams that you can actually purchase. So the next game that I want to jump into is Tank Nation. This is actually a newer game that I've just downloaded, and it's actually really fun. You get these tanks and you get different pieces of a tank, and you can build your own. So you can see I have 3 slots here. I haven't actually unlocked the 3rd slot, but you can go over here and you can change out all these different pieces, and I'll show you just how to build those specific tanks. So you can see this is where your drivers are, and I've chosen this one just because he's level 8 and I keep leveling him up, and they all have their different little abilities right here. So this increases weapon damage by 40 for metal types, and the mechanic gives you life after every single turn, so we'll just select that. And now we can add our cannon slot, and you find all these pieces during gameplay. So if you're playing and you kill someone and they drop something, then you can pick that up and you can either sell it right here or you can select it. So I'll just select it and we'll pick a tread. So you have different treads right there, and they each have different abilities. So here's our tech slot, and here's our tech slot 2. So we'll just add that. And now let's just go ahead and get into some gameplay here, and we will go down to something a little easier right there. So if you ever played a game like Worms or anything like that, then you'll notice that it has a very close similarity to it. Now you can see I'm just pulling back to aim and shoot just like that. And you have 3 turns each time, and down here you can either shoot your missiles, you can walk or move your tank, you can put on your tech or use your tech just by tapping one of these. So this is actually a shield, so if I put that on, then you can see that shield right there. But let's go ahead and try to take out this last tanker right there. And then the next wave shows up. But it's actually a pretty cool game, and you're able to upgrade your tank pretty often. But you will have to actually go back to levels that you've already beaten and beat them again, just so you can get enough XP and items and all that good stuff to continue upgrading your tank before you can actually beat the more difficult levels. So the next game I want to look into is Subway Surfer. So if we tap on this, I'm going to change the orientation here real quick. And Subway Surfer has been around for quite some time, but it's still a very fun game. I'm not sure if this actually came out before Temple Run or Temple Run 2 or anything like that, but it's very similar to that. But this is actually a whole lot more fun, in my opinion, than Temple Run, just because there's a whole lot more cool upgrades, and there's little boxes like this that you can see right here that you can get, and as well as little jetpacks and boots and stuff that change it up just a little bit, as well as the changing of the camera is just a cooler little effect that Temple Run doesn't have. But this is definitely better in my opinion, and if you haven't played it or if you like games like this, then I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So you can see here that you can actually jump extremely high. If I do that, whoa, and I hit. So, but this is a very fun game. I definitely recommend it if you're into that kind of game. We'll just tap on this to open it up, and it looks like we got a tricky hat. Next up, we have Asphalt 8, so you can design your car, change the color, get upgrades, all that good stuff. But the main thing is obviously racing. So let's go ahead and jump into one of these races just so you guys can get a quick look at all the good stuff that you can get. Now there's my car, and we'll start the race. So the graphics on this game are actually really good, and it's actually pretty fun. I'm not really much into racing games, especially on iOS devices, but Asphalt 8 does actually do a pretty good job. So there's no gas or anything like that. It automatically goes, and you do have a brake on the left side over here if you tap. But let's see if we can get in front of these guys real quick by tapping the right side, and you actually get NOS. And I know I'm not good at this game, so you can tell me how bad I am in the comments below. But ready, set, here we go. Oh, I almost got fifth. I really think my car is a whole lot slower than all of their cars. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But definitely a very fun game, and there's cool little jumps like this that you can hit. Oh, it actually didn't flip me. Usually it'll flip you, but I guess it didn't hit it right. But a fun game nonetheless. You get to upgrade your car, and that's always fun in racing games. So next up we have Plants vs. Zombies 2. Now this is a free game. It's a tower defense game, and it's actually pretty fun. So what you have to do is actually plant these certain things, and you don't want these zombies coming all the way through, and you have to gather all this sunlight in order to buy these plants. And these sunflowers actually create or produce this sunlight that you have to get, and you can see here that it's going to pop out one of these pretty soon. Should anyways. But you just continue to build up these different types of plants and keep the zombies from getting past you. And you can see it kind of gets a little bit more hectic here the further and further along you get in the game, especially on the harder levels. I mean, there are a ton of zombies. There's obviously a whole bunch of different plants that you can get as you progress through the game, but it's definitely a whole lot of fun. I'm really into the tower defense game, so if you're into that, then you're definitely going to enjoy Plants vs. Zombies. So the next game that we want to check out is Jetpack Joyride. So you can see here, it doesn't have the greatest graphics ever, but still a very fun game. You get different types of equipment here. You're trying to get the coins so you can purchase upgrades for your jetpack, as well as other like head starts and bombs to blow you up, make you go further once you've actually already died. Now there's these cool little things like this. There's a bunch of these. I'm not sure how many there are. This is a little stomper, and it actually gives you an extra hit. If you get hit once, then you're done. But if you're in one of these, then you get an extra hit, and it takes you back to normal once you get hit. But basically all you're trying to do is avoid those electric barriers right there, as well as some missiles that will periodically come in from the right side of the screen. But all you're trying to do is get as far as possible in the game without dying. But it's pretty fun. Alright, so the next one I want to look at is Hill Climb. Now this is a fun game, and basically you're just trying to get as far as possible again. But you have obviously all these different vehicles that you can buy once you get enough coins. And I mean, there's a ton of different stuff. But let's go ahead, we'll start with the monster truck. This is my favorite right now, as well as a whole bunch of different levels that you have that you can unlock with coins. And the further you get, the more coins you get. So let's go ahead and choose this, and this is where you actually upgrade your vehicle. So I'm not going to upgrade anything right now. I don't have very much money. I guess you could upgrade this. We'll upgrade that. And we'll start. So you're just trying to get as far as possible without flipping over, because if you flip over, then you're going to break your neck. And you also have engine power, so there's actually parts of the game where you literally can't get past unless you upgrade, just because it's a hill that's way too steep that your vehicle's unable to actually get past until you get certain upgrades. So if you're getting frustrated with places that you can't get past, it's not because you're not good at the game, it's just because you haven't upgraded your vehicle far enough yet. But there's a ton of different stuff, and there's a whole bunch of different levels that you can deal with. Like this one's a highway, so it's pretty smooth. There's just smooth bumps like this. In other levels, like a field or the grass, I can't remember what it was. The very first level, it's very, very bumpy. But this is definitely a fun game, and I highly recommend it. Next, let's take a look at BTD Battles. Now, I actually downloaded this about 4 or 5 days ago, and I have been playing it almost non-stop. Now, this game is awesome. I'm totally into the tower defense games like I was telling you, and I used to play Bloons, the first one, back in college. Now, I just found out that they have a Bloons TD Battles, which is actually multiplayer. So you just tap play and quick play, and then you can either play assault mode or defensive mode. Assault mode, you can actually send balloons to the other team, or the other person, I guess. And defense mode, you can't do that. Now, assault mode, you actually get more money as well. Now, you can watch these ads right here to get more energy, and the energy benefits you by giving you an extra slot. So you can see right here is a bonus slot, as well as in-game stuff. So this is where you choose what characters or towers you want to use. So I'm going to be using these 3, and then I'm going to hit this for the bonus, and it just automatically gives you, or randomly gives you, something like that. So now once you start, you just put stuff up just about like this, and once they start coming, once the balloons start coming, it's going to start popping those balloons, and you can see the other team exactly what they're doing and how far along they are, how well they're doing. And by watching them, you can tell if you want to send balloons or not. Now, you can't send balloons yet until the 2nd level, and then it's the 4th, 6th, 8th. So you can see here, if I hit this, it actually starts sending balloons over here. But he seems to be taking care of that pretty well, so I'm not going to spend my money on sending those balloons. But definitely a really fun game, especially when it gets to the really high rounds. I think the highest round I've gotten with another person that survived is about 33. But definitely a really fun game, and I highly recommend it. Next up, we have Fruit Ninja. Who doesn't like Fruit Ninja? This is an older game, but still pretty fun nonetheless. So if we just go over here to new game here, basically the only thing that you need to do is slice the fruit and don't slice the bomb. So if you just slice through just like that, and you can get combos, and you basically just see how far you can actually go without hitting a bomb. So there's the bomb. You don't want to slice that. If you do slice it, then it's going to end the game. Now you can miss up to 3 different fruits. As you can see these X's up here. Once I miss one, it'll actually go down. So you can see there I have an X. So you can only do that 3 times before you actually lose. And if you hit a bomb, I'll hit the next bomb here. Once it pops up, you'll see exactly what happens. But you lose. Wow, I did hit that. I know I hit it. There it is. So, game over. And you can obviously buy different stuff. Usually in free games, you always can buy something just because the people who are developing the game want to make some money after making all this. So, you can buy different things. You can buy different modes. You can buy multiplayer. So you can see here, you can just purchase it by swiping over there, and it's going to open that up. Now, the next game here is actually pretty new. It's Clumsy Ninja. All right, so now that I've switched this to portrait mode, you can see this is actually a pretty cool game. You get your little challenges down here, or objectives, I guess I should say. So this is great. Tap cool photo while I'm spinning. So once you do the actual challenge or the objective, then you get a new objective. So you can do all kinds of stuff with the ninja here. You just take them and fling them around. You can see that I left him alone for a while, and somehow he got balloons stuck to his feet and his arms. So we'll just pop those just by tapping them. Oh, that one's not attached to him anymore. So there we go. Now you can do all kinds of stuff. You can take out your trampoline. You can take these chemicals here. We'll take a tornado chemical. So we're going to take them up here, spin them, and then we need to take a picture of them. Well, that didn't work. Let's do it again. So just like that. So now I should have completed that objective. So snap happy. So I collect all the good stuff. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, then go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter for updates. And if you haven't checked out my gaming channel, go over there and stop by and say hey. Alright guys, until next time. Peace.